back to my channel, my amazing Funko friends. So, today's episode is for my gamer friends, my gamer nerds and geeks and pop culture enthusiasts, and there's nothing wrong with that because you know what? Geek is chic. Okay, so today I wanted to showcase a couple Funko Pops off to you guys. So, these are the Mortal Kombat Pops. Well, these are three of the five that came out in 2020. There is a, I believe it's a GameStop exclusive Raiden, which I don't have, and then there's also a Liu Kang. So, I wanted to show these off because I love Mortal Kombat, grew up on Mortal Kombat, but I wanted to show you guys, I just realized this the other day, just randomly, Funko is starting to put a lot of things like on the inside of the lip. Like I know the Office Pops have like some quotes and stuff on them, and then they're starting to randomly put things on the lip. So I just thought that was really cool. Finish him, fatality. So I wanted to show that off. So the reason why today is, I said that today is a gaming episode or a pop culture episode, is because I want to know, guys, we're going to have a little conversation, we're going to nerd out, we're going to geek out a little bit. I want to know, what is the first game that you ever played? What is the first game that you ever beat? And what is the video game that you played the most of? So, I'm going to go backwards. So, the game that I played the most of was probably either Tony Hawk's Pro Skater for PS1, or it might have been Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 for PlayStation 2. Honestly, I played all the Tony Hawks, but the first Tony Hawk got me into such great music, and I played it trying to capture all the hidden videotapes and get all the points and just skating around the warehouse. And then we got Tony Hawk 2, and that had even more epic levels. Like we had the bull ring, we had the school, we had the skate park with the bowls and everything. Just so I would say that Tony Hawk 1 and Tony Hawk 2 is probably the game that I played the most of. Now, the first game that I ever beat was Aladdin on Super Nintendo. I remember just playing that game, and that sense of accomplishment I got when I finally beat it. It took me forever, but I finally beat it. And then I got to a point where I was like, okay, what now? So Aladdin on Super Nintendo was probably the first game that I ever beat. Also, along with that, I would say that one of the hardest games that I ever played was The Lion King on Super Nintendo. I don't think I ever beat that ever. I got to like the jungle level where like you're swinging from the trees and there's like giraffes and hippos, and it's just, I gave up at that one. So that's a game that I never beat, was The Lion King on Super Nintendo. Now, the first game that I ever played was Mortal Kombat on Super Nintendo. You guys have probably heard me discuss this before. I lost so many friendships during middle school in Mortal Kombat. So when I first got Mortal Kombat, like I said, it was the first game I ever played, the first console I ever had was Super Nintendo. So I remember inviting my friends over. So the first character that I ever remember playing as was, at first I played as Johnny Cage. Then he kind of got a little boring for me. So then I started playing as Liu Kang. I started doing like the bicycle kicks and stuff. But then when I started getting good at the game, I used to play as Raiden, I used to play as Sub-Zero, I used to play as Scorpion, and I almost got to like the top tier. I almost beat the game, but I never could beat the game. Some of my favorite characters, obviously, like I said, towards the end of the game, were these three here. That's the reason why I have these three in my collection, and none of the other new ones. I'd like to get the new ones, but these are the only three that I have right now. So, those are the three characters that I played the most of. Never did beat it, but then they came out with, like, Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat, so then I started playing as, like, I think in Mortal Kombat 3 or Mortal Kombat Armageddon, I played as, like, Baraka with, like, the blades. It kind of reminded me of Wolverine. I played as, like, Baraka. I played as, like, Cabal. So this game right here, Mortal Kombat, is what kickstarted it for me. And for those of you that don't know, a little fun fact, on Super Nintendo, mine must have been an early copy of it before they changed the game, because on Super Nintendo, mine still had blood. So I guess after it had initially released, parents complained about it, so Nintendo was forced to take the blood out of the game, but on like Sega Genesis and on Sega, you could still get the blood. So a lot of people were opting to get the Sega version of it as opposed to the Super Nintendo, because when it was re-released, there was no blood. So, just my little fun facts for the day. So, Mortal Kombat was the first game I ever played. Tony Hawk 1 and Tony Hawk 2 was the game that I played the most of. And the first game that I ever beat was Aladdin on Super Nintendo. So, now it is your turn, my fellow nerds and geeks and pop culture enthusiasts. I want to know, what is the game that you played the most of? What is the first game you ever beat? And what is the first game that you ever remember playing? I would love to hear down below. And also, guys, I put a little Easter egg down below in the comments below. I can't tell you what it is or what it has to do with, but I'll give you a hint. Let's just say it's some behind-the-scenes Mortal Kombat footage that just got leaked, just got released to the internet. So check it out, because I watched it and I was very highly intrigued and interested, and I think that you guys will enjoy it too. So enjoy the little Easter egg down below. Let me know down below, guys. Like I said, guys, what was the first game you ever played? What was the game that you played the most of? And what was the first game that you ever beat? Let me know down below, guys. Thank you so much for letting me geek out, nerd out with you. I'm loving it. Wanted to share it. So, guys, as always, happy hunting when we can. Collect what you love. Enjoy the thrill of the hunt when we can. And Mikey Vintage signing off, guys. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.